Hello, Level Up Academy TV people. We are here. It is Thursday, almost Friday. It is Friday's Eve. And let's go ahead and start, right? So, this whole month is going to be about wellness and growth and also community building. But this week is dedicated to wellness. Yesterday, we talked about um, positive energy. That's how we started with Zion, which is positive energy. Despite of your adversity, you could still keep your energy positive and share with people. So today we are joined by our dear sister, Dr. No Truong. We are here and Wellness Week. So part of wellness is not just physical activities. I did a little bit of guided meditation, 5 minutes, maybe less yesterday. But today we're going to talk about what we eat. We are what we eat, right? And the reason I'm actually talking about that, it's because I just signed up with Michelina and Dr. Trong about Juice Plus. But more importantly, let's talk about your journey on your well being today, right? We have solutions, but let's talk about the problems first and see if we have similarities. And before I do that, I wanted to share this for our sister Danielle. She is right now needing our help. This is more of for a meal train for her family. If you want to contact Danielle yourself, please do. We are helping our community, making sure that they have what they need. All right. And then, of course, our book. This is our book. For every purchase of this book is helping farmers have jobs and also helping our environment by planting trees, right? And right now, you see that little map right there? I'm planting it through Madagascar. Madagascar. And we have our recent anthology. It ended yesterday, but if you have missed the opportunity, just DM me and Susanna, and we will be happy to talk. We are needing your story. We actually would love to hear what your story is about and how you're going to show up for your community and what your story could do to the world, right? We encourage you to join us and also let us know what is your story, right? And then, of course, right, we have shows every single Wednesdays, Thursdays, but Sundays is every single show that I have. Wednesday is Community Corner, meaning I highlight community members within our community. Thursday is a TV show that goes to E360 TV network, Amazon Fire, Roku, YouTube, Android, LG, Samsung, Apple, Google Play, and of course on LinkedIn. But if you are on LinkedIn and you're commenting, join us in our YouTube channel because that is where I see your comments, not on LinkedIn for Thursday show. But this I'm highlighting a 7 p.m. show because on Sunday, it's all about sharing educational information for free. Our topics usually include most of the time it'll be business, entrepreneurship. Sometimes we'll have spirituality, trends in technology, arts, and of course, anything that is about social media and anything about how we can come together in a community full of hope, encouragement, and just being human. Okay? So that is where we are. I'm going to get new stats, but these are the stats so far in our YouTube channel. So please come and join us, subscribe, and let us know if you want to partner for sponsorship. I am looking for sponsors. So if you are going to have a show or you have a business, let me know. I'm opening up sponsorship now. And if you go to levelupwithdoc.com, you will find that on there. So here is the TV circle QR code on the top left. That is where all of the information about sponsorship on there. Okay. Go ahead and scan that QR code and you will be in the sponsorship. Also, to buy our book, this is our QR code. anytime that you want to go on our website and check it out. And I just want to let you know that here's also my calendar if you wanted to scan that. I want you to know that I actually will have a free class on brand awareness. I'm going to introduce you. It's a 4 week class, but I'm going to introduce at least 1 week freebie. And it's going to be an activity for a week. And it's going to be every single day. I'm going to have to pick a week that you guys will have an hour each day for a week to maybe I'll break it up to once a week, right? It's a whole week class, but maybe we'll break it down to one per week, one class per week for 4 weeks. But this is a brand new brand awareness class with examples, with exercise. And at the end of the class, you will come up with your own branding message, right? Because that is what we need is to show you how can you do branding without paying a huge amount of money, right? And then, of course, for visibility. So let's go ahead and start and bring in Dr. New as we will continue to bring you information about wellness. All right, are you ready? Here we are. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. And here is my sister, Dr. New. How are you today, sis?
I am doing good. Thank you, sis. Happy Thursday, right? I have to see what day of the week is it?
I
It's
know it is
almost the
kind
end
of,
of the week.
it is
You are
crazy.
always so beautiful, sis.
Oh,
And
thank you. I
of
tried. I had
course,
a bad hair day today, so I got to put my red hair
no,
today.
no one know. You look amazing, amazing.
Brent, yeah, we're just trying, right? So, we are going to talk about dive into we are what we eat, right? So let's talk about that a little bit and your journey on how Michelina and I actually know each other for over a year now, I think. And I know what she does, but literally, I think now that I'm feeling a lot of things and I get busier, um, what we eat really makes a huge difference. So I've been having a migraine for the last 4 days. It's been really bad. It's usually hormonal, but I've been trying to stop coffee
Mm.
because it's giving me heart palpitations and my heartbeat's like 130 on average. So it's really high. And it's not good for your heart to be that high all the time. Females usually have higher heartbeat anyway than males, but it shouldn't be that high. That's pretty high. So um, I said, okay, I decided to just pull out. Well, I've had coffee over 40 something years, almost 50 years, right? Seems like I think I had coffee since I was 5, right? Um, the problem is because I suffer from migraine and I pull out caffeine quickly, my migraine just got worse. So yesterday I took my meds for migraine and then I drink a cup of coffee and my migraine just kind of disappeared. I'm like, aha. So I'm like testing my own body. And so I was thinking about that. You know, what do I want to do with May? I think May should be dedicated to wellness and growth and also community building because May is like Mother's Day month, it seems like. It's just not Mother's Day,
Yeah.
which is May 12th, by the way, for you people. If you forgot what it is, May 12th, okay? Um, so let's talk about, you are a pharmacist. Most of the people, when you think of a pharmacist, it's someone who shoves medicine in your face, right? But you are a holistic pharmacist, which I love, right? Because you're not just talking about that. Yeah, there's times where you need medicine, but for the most part, try to be healthy and eat healthy. So let's talk about that journey.
Yeah. So thank you, sis, and for those who are watching us the replay. Thank you all for joining us. And the topic, we are what we eat, and truly to be healthy, we have to start from within us, like within the inside out, right? And sometimes the indications that will let us know that we're not okay is the outside symptoms, right? When you have that migraine, that the bloatingness, the foggy, not able to think clearly, right? or gaining weight, that when you try so much of trying to detox and cleanse yourself, it's not about being skinny, but it's being healthy from the inside. Like, for instance, when you take lab testing, you want to be healthy in the optimal range. And so when we talk about, we are what we eat, literally, it's also optimizing the way we live. It's a lifestyle changes that we have to be really intentions and being aware of all the things that we're putting in, right? And when this topic is so, in a way, as far as I love, for me, I look at holistic approach, and I want people to think of it as that when we, you know, anything that come up, most people tend to say, "Give me the quick fix," right? I want my migraine to go away quick. I want the pain to go away quick. But there's nothing quick about how you got to the symptom, right? So for you to try to get rid of it, the same ways you have to try to find the underlying condition, the reason why. Let's say if it's lack of sleep, are you drinking enough water, right? Are you eating enough fruits and veggies? So all of those things, it comes into play. And when we talk about medications, yes, there's a time and place for it, but that's not the first line for everything. And that I will always will stick, even if, and that is where I think, because I'm more aware and being open to learn, right? To being open to see, and I've gone through my own journey. As in, if we're depending on to feed ourselves, and they call it the sick system in the healthcare, to say, okay, just give me a pill and not worry about anything else, just keep on living, eating, whatever, and being just zoned out and not aware of anything else, then that's what you're going to get. Okay, I need this, I'm going to have this side effect, give me another pill, right? But that's not what you want. You want, ultimately, is, yes, there's a time that you need it, but you don't have to depend on it, right? And what most of time, what kind of medications that you tell me, blood pressure, diabetes, or migraine or cholesterol, that you can just wean off as you wish? I don't think so. We have to be willing to take our health into our own hands, to also revisit and look at the nutrition that we're putting in our body. And nutrition is also, like, for instance, when we talk about the gaps in our nutrition, is how can we fill in the gaps? Because what we eat, versus if we talk about labels, let's say, I'm just going to grab one, for instance, versus how many fruits and veggie, if someone have really in the day, to really a variety of the rainbow, right? To be honest, how many? And it's the affordability. Yes, the cost factor to be well is costly, but if we don't take care of our health now, we're going to pay for it in the end, right? In the end, the cost is going to be much more, because there's no money that you can exchange for your well-being. That is, there's not able to. And when we talk about people, most people, when we talk about salad, fruits and veggie, to be honest, men, kids, and even for women of us, or mom, how many of us can really say we can fit in that, let's say, 15 of the serving, right? Or the fruits and veggie? There's no way. But when we look at the fruits and veggie, like, same as the ingredient, if you were to take any, it's my, let me see, where can I put, like, for instance, if you were to take any of just a protein, right? Not all proteins are made equal, for one. Two is that plant-based, because the reason why I want to bring it up, plant-based, why the power of being, like, if you're not able to take in a capsule, like a salad bar in a capsule, right? What people think of, in Juice Plus specifically, they have really fruits and veggie in a capsule, or you can take it in a shake, or there's different ways. But what my point is, not about the simple, and yet powerful, but also you're able to implement and make changes in your daily habit. So that way we can also get us healthier, right? Not only as a family, because from kids, as a mom, as a working mom, for husband, our husband, we all can relate that we're all busy. How many can we really, not only buy go make the meal of every day, whether it's lunch, breakfast, and dinner, so we can also have a healthier but more plant based in our diet, because those are natural anti-inflammatory, right? That has the property to also help us heal, so you don't have inflammation, you don't have pain, you don't have swollen of wrist, arm, joints, or the fogginess, right? And when you talk about the caffeine, right? The caffeine, when we talk about coffee, or the other, like the energy drinks, I know in the past when we talk about Red Bulls, or we talk about the 5 hour, whatever the hour energy drinks, I know in the past when we went to school, we all drink those, but all those, when you think of all the things that's in it versus a plant base that's good for you, as in anti-inflammatory, you also have phytonutrients that is plant based. Can you imagine what we're eating? Because we are part of nature's. If you think of back to holistic approach, yes, not everybody is meant to be eating plants, fruits, and veggie. I understand. But if we're able to really be intentions, even if it's just one meal, right? You will see all the things over time, that the medication that you're on, you're going to have less of it. You're going to have less of the fogginess, the pain, the migraine, but you have to willing to make the work for you and believe in yourself to do the work, right? You can't say yes, or if I give you all the tools and I can send you, but if you're not willing to do it, it's going to sit on the shelf. It starts with our mindset that if our health is important, our health is our wealth, then we have to really be intention of where the source of where our products are coming from, how is it being packaged, and how are we processing it, right? And how are we cooking it and making it? Because then in the end, you're going to have to pay for it. So the good health, like what Michelina, I think on the comment, she said, good health is an investment. You pay it now, or you will wind up paying a lot more later, right? So those are the things that, even as a pharmacist, I will still be here. The reason I want to stress out more and more important is that I went, rounding in the hospital as a clinical pharmacist with all the healthcare team. But one of the things that is a commonality is that a lot of people is just neglecting their nutrition, right? Their own well-being. And so it also causes stress of your body. Like, for instance, we all have stress, right? But what else can you add more to that, or less of your stress, right? The food that we eat can also either help us or harm us. So there's a thing that you can also eat the food, let the food be your medicine, or it can be a poison that's slowly killing you, right? How many of us are really, and that is something that I want people to really think of, why McDonald's and all the fast food. Yes, you can have that, but if you're doing that every day, or if you're doing that how many times a day, you have to think of all the things when frying, even the process of frying, versus if you're steaming, if you're grilling it. Are you going to cause more cancer if you have, when you're frying the oil, right? There's so much that I don't want to get technical, but then also is getting back to
No, that's good.
awareness,
No, that's good
right?
that you're going there, because what I wanted to talk about too is, we're jumping on the high end of it. Like, just guys, if you're listening to this, whether you're current right now live or team replay, think about your energy level, right? Are
Mm,
you always tired? Are you always exhausted, like towards the afternoon? And then during the day, sometimes when you wake up, you still feel sluggish. And it's like, I swear, I slept 6 hours, right? Another thing that I wanted to also see, it's not something that we eat, but it's something that we could also take if you're not in the sun. If you live in the East
mhm,
Coast,
mhm.
I know that the highly likely of like cancer because of vitamin D deficiency is
Mhm.
really high, right? It's
Yeah.
VDD. And in the United States, the statistics for based on CDC literally and also Pub Medical from NCBI, it's an NIH thing in the government, is that approximately almost half of the United States population, this is 42% of adults are considered vitamin D deficient. I have really bad vitamin D deficient when I came from the East Coast, right? And it's also really high in African Americans at 82%. Think about it, 82% of African Americans have vitamin D deficiency. Hispanics at 69.2%, even higher. There's a recent study that's with almost 72,000 participants. They show severe, and I'm in the severe side of 2.6% have severe VDD, vitamin D deficiency, and 22% are moderate. So this is something that you can take. There's a vitamin D that you can take, but I encourage you to go to NIH because it's a third party research. It's not from pharmaceutical. It's not from the government. It's run independently. So the information you get is not biased based on this because if it's run by pharmacists, pharmacy, or pharmaceutical industry, it seems like it's biased because they paid for that study, right? So NIH is something that I trust. So that's another thing. And then when talking about food, right, before we talk about Juice Plus, I wanted to talk about the consumption of vegetables and fruit. Like, how many of you raise your hands, right? How many of you guys really consume pounds of vegetables and pounds of fruits every single day? It says that only approximately, maybe even less, 10% of adults consume the recommended daily servings of vegetables, right? Um, in our dietary. 12% only eats fruits. That's literally crazy. Maybe that 12% is during the summer when watermelon is so yummy, right? But here's the thing that I want you to think about. If you don't eat enough vegetables and fruits, and I'm not lecturing because I'm also in that category where I don't eat enough, and this is why I'm so passionate about this conversation, is that the lack of fruits and vegetables in your diet can literally have several issues and deficiencies for you, right? Like low nutritional deficiency.
Mhm.
We need vitamin C, we need vitamin A, we need folate, we need minerals, potassium, magnesium. All of these things are levels in your body that we don't know. Think of your body as a computer, right? You need a lot of things to make your computer function. You need a lot of space so that you can save more stuff. The same thing for our body. If we're deficient in one, it's not working. If you have too much in your computer system, it's going to slow it down. If you have lack of internet, um, you know, connectivity, it's going to slow it down. It's the same thing for your body. When you put too much in there or you have too little, right, it's going to slow you down. Your digestive problems. I have bloating sometimes too, right? So I'm taking fiber wise and all that. But it's a low intake of fruits and veggies. That's why you have digestive problems. You have poor skin health. It's stress. You lack vitamin C and antioxidants, right? You have
Yeah.
little scaly skin or dry skin. It's severe cases of conditions like keratosis pilaris. Right? I know this is more technical, but you guys look at your body, look at your energy level, look at your feeling of lack of energy and bloating. I don't like Red Bull. Maybe I've taken it once. I don't like the taste of it. There's a new one that I actually saw, but the problem with that is that it attacks your heart, right? When you
Yes.
take a lot of energy stuff, it attacks your heart. And also, if you have weak immune system, you're gonna get sick a lot. You lack vitamin A, vitamin C, right? Those are healthy for your immune system. How about your eyes? Vitamin A is essential for your eyes. So now we can talk about Juice Plus. I haven't bought it. I haven't taken it, but I have been reading information. And you know me, I love to before I recommend, I usually will take it. But based on what I've read, it's actually pretty awesome. And I can't wait to have it, but I don't like pills. I'm just gonna tell you guys I
Yeah.
don't like pills.
No, there's
Um,
there's different ways, and that's one
yeah,
of the things. And before we go into the product, yeah, I love that. See, I
yeah,
have the actual product.
exactly.
And
How do
but
you
one of
feel
the thing
about
is,
that? So that's
I
what I
want
want
to
to talk to
touch.
you about today. How do you
Yeah,
feel about that?
no, I love it, and not only as a mom, I have my kids take. My son is almost 9. He took the capsule, so it's not that bad, as in that you can swallow. But um, as far as the kid, there's a chewable, or even for adult, there's a chewable version, or the shakes or different things. So there's different formulation, or you can open the capsule, right, and then put it in your shakes or in your smoothie or your drinks, right? So all of it, it's plant based. But one of the thing I want to touch base, like when we talk about how many serving a day of fruits and veggie, not only normally like from 7 to 13 serving a day, but most people do not get enough of it, right? So how do we find a ways to fill in that gaps? And that's where I think when we talk about Juice Plus, not only they have it a way that's affordable, can also not only help you with your health, is that because fruits and veggie, when you look at, when I'm looking at the other screen, the National Institute of Health, right, has lots of study. When you type in fruits and veggie and your health, it will come out with how many serving, what does fruits and veggie will reduce the risk of death, right? When we talk about heart disease, when we're talking about, you know, different inflammation, so type 2 diabetes, stroke, heart attack, so many that will also, because the heart of all the healthy living, yeah, it's fruits and veggie, right? And when you have enough of the fruits and veggie, it also, all the natural phytonutrients that you have, that will also, your body will also digest better, and you will show up better, and that is starting from within us. And so vegetarian diet has also linked to lower mortality rate, right? So when we compare to different, so that's what we're not saying for people who really change 360 degrees, or but when we need to really infuse a little bit of plant food so that it can boost your immune system, right? Can also reduce your inflammation, maintain, whether it's healthy weight, but also increase that fiber, because when you're not able to go, it's going to back up in your system. That's detox. I mean, toxic that's in your body. You have to get rid of it. So you need fiber. And you also, having that plant-based nutrition also lower, your risk for cancer. So when we talk about all the things that we can prevent, we have to start with our nutrition. Our why plant-based diets will also reduce, your heart attack by 40%, right? So those are the ways I think, as Juice Plus company, the nutrition, like what the Constant Leland or CJ here, my sister mentioned that she does not like capsule. So these will be the capsule. But if she don't like capsule, then we have the chewable. And then you also have different shapes. But then another thing is um, that you can make into like protein ball, that you can on a go as a snack. But also is that the nutrition's, coming from over 30 fruits, right? And veggies and berries from your diet. There's no way that we're able to get that in our diet, right? And that, the whole food is harvest at the peak of the when it's ripe, so the nutrition stay intact. So that is something that not only does it contain and dry into a powder and preserve the nutritions, right? But plant-based, that's, I was like, when the reason a lot of ways, when she say, would you, I say yes. And I didn't hesitate, because not only there's a science base, the company stand for the product is plant-based, organic plant, and then the omega is even plant-based. When we think of omega, when people don't like that fishy omega, the fishy oil
The
that you
smell.
kind of burp
Yeah.
and the smell. But
Yeah.
then omega on plant-based, you don't have that, right? Because it's all omega rich in algae, like berries and seeds of, so instead of fish. So it's plant-based. So when
Yeah.
we talk about, when one
I
of
want
the
to
things,
highlight Michelina though, right here. It's just good health is an investment. Pay now, or you may wind up paying a
yes.
lot more later, because you go to the hospital a lot. So let me talk about the lack of sufficient fruits and vegetables, because
Hmm.
now you're talking about what you can do, but let me tell you, look at yourself right now and what these symptoms are. If it's something similar that you're already that you're already experiencing, vitamin deficiencies in fruits and vegetables, right? They're rich in sources of like vitamin C, A, and B. If you are lacking of this, and I know I'm lacking of this, like it's called scurvy. Scurvy is literally a severe vitamin C deficiency. This will cause you so to be fatigued, like you're just so tired right? You have swollen gums. I think the other month I
Mm-hmm.
was like, why is my gum swollen? I'm not sure what's happening here. And you can easily bruise. So if you bump
Mm-hmm.
yourself and you bruise easily, that means you have scurvy more likely. Talk to your doctor, right? Night blindness and other eye problems with vitamin A deficiency.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking, no, 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 I'm just getting old, CJ. I need my glasses, right? It could be, but make sure you double check. Now, poor digestive systems or poor digestive health. If you lack fruits and vegetables, these are dietary fiber, like what you said, right? You need to go regularly. Well, guess what? If you don't maintain that health regularly, you get constipation, you get increased risk of digestive tract disorders like diverticulitis. I already had diverticulitis, so bad. I went to the emergency room for that, right? And I actually don't have any more gallbladder. They took it all out. Like when I was in my 30s, right? Immune system weakness, vitamins and minerals in fruits and vegetables, in vitamin C, A, and zinc, they play a crucial role in your human immune system, in your human system. So that means you
Mm-hmm.
got infections a lot, like ear infection, throat infection, or you're just sneezing a lot, right? It's a delayed wound healing. So if you get cut, you don't heal fast enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you get skin problems like dry, scaly. You're like, no, no, no. I just need to go to Bath and Body Works and put some lotion on. No, it's from the inside problem, right?
Yes.
Increased susceptibility to skin infections. Um, I'm allergic to, and it's kind of sad right now. It happened 3 days ago. If I get bit by any insect, I get skin infection. My whole entire system just blow up. It's because I literally probably have skin problems and allergies because I'm deficient in vitamin A and C, right? Chronic
Yeah.
diseases like heart disease, high blood pressure you talked about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Certain types of cancer, these can increase if you lack vitamins. And then, of course, mental health. Like, guys, depression, anxiety, and you think, oh, it has nothing to do with that. Oh, yeah, diets low in fruits and vegetables can be associated. Look it up. I love NIH, and I'm glad that you're looking at NIH too. It's
Mm-hmm.
because depression and anxiety actually has a link with your dietary needs. And you talk about McDonald's. There's a movie with this guy where all he ate for 30 days was McDonald's, and he did a foundational like before and after, with his blood work. And man, just for 30 days, it's crazy how your health can just tank, right? So thank you, Michelina, for
Yeah.
this.
And I love that you mentioned that because when we talk about quick and you like like for instance the instant gratification. Let's say we go to McDonald's, but all that you can not only let's say or we eat things that are like full of carbs, right, and sugars in the morning like cereal, bagels, and all the things that the commercial, which is the big companies that make money, right? They have all that for us so that why? Because that's the way for them to fast, for them to make money. It's them, right? To make them lots of money, but why would if you look at the sugar, if you look at the content of the nutrition fact, right? You have to look at dissect them in the box. You will see why your body mostly you tend to crash, right? After a while, in the middle of the day, or like after your morning, because of that you don't have high quality proteins, right? So then you're not going to crash because that's when you have that quick fast food or fast to really replenish your energy. So you want something not only fuel your body to feel better, be better, but you also internally, when we talk about, the gut and your immune system, you have to, when we're saying we are what we eat, you have to really see, are you drinking enough water, right? What am I eating? Am I putting in my body? The food, the people you hang around, the digital toxic or not? Is it healthy, positively lifting up your soul? That's your mental well being. But also, is it helping you grow and like move beyond boxes, right? With Susanna, but literally, because you got to shine from within, right? You don't want to just, you know, yes, the makeup and everything that makes us, and which we do love, but if we're not healthy and healthy within, we can be sick. And we cannot be smiling when we're sick. And, when we have migraine, yes, you can endure a little bit, but you're going to have that frown. Someday I say, I apologize, but I have bad migraine. I can't, you're going to
I
see
was
me
trying.
flinch,
Yesterday was a trying day. It
Yeah.
was I almost end up in the hospital yesterday because it was pretty high and I have high tolerance for migraine. I've suffered it for 8. It's hormonal for me, but what I eat, I know makes a difference. I tested it like, okay, no caffeine, right? Because of my heart rate. But then without my caffeine, because my body's so used to it, I'm having issues with withdrawals. Like none of my medicine that usually works. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I drank one coffee today. And I did. And it
Yeah.
just stops, right? But I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. And so I have to take naps throughout the day to teach all the way at 10 p.m. So I'm really excited to get in the bandwagon. And I'll tell you guys my baseline right now versus not having it, right? So I'm probably gonna get blood tested soon to get my baseline of where I'm at just to see the
Mhm.
difference on that. So I got to talk to my doctor and get a baseline for my
And then
blood
one
work.
other thing I want to mention, because when you're saying doctor, you're gonna see that for every medications, look at the side effect. If you can go
Mhm.
down on the medication that you're having to depend on, not only you be free and not have to depend on it, or you can cut the dose shorter. I'm saying, I'm not advising you to do it without your doctor aware, but what I'm saying is that this will also get you free of being dependent, because not only as my own experience and my own, not only as a pharmacist experience, my own family, friends, and every data, there's side effect for everything. So you have to think of, there's a side effect if you take an antidepressant, an anti, migraine, anti, let's say ADHD, right? Oh, talk about that. There's, when people look for calm, to have really calm, clear, and focus, because sometimes ADHD, which I think all of us have, we all do this, and I do that all. I do this. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going, like, like we have multiple things, but really we need to focus on one thing at the time, at this moment, and then 5 minutes later, yes, if you want to move on to a different project, but your mind should be focused. That is where you are mostly the most high performance, right? And I think when we really talk about, I went on blank now. My daughter went in the room, but it's
Yeah, that's
literally,
definitely ADHD. You're like, what's
and it's,
happening? Your
you
brain
have
is
to
like
really
that.
think of how it's helping us feel, because you have to be mindful and be aware of our own body. Whatever you eat, pay attention to how your body feels. Is it giving you that bloated sense of, oh, I don't feel well? Notice how if you shift to something, you try something new, does it make you feel full, but also not that, yeah, yucky bloatedness and stuffy, right? Like you don't feel well. You have to be mindful and kind of document if you are trying something new, or if you're gassy, right? Or some people are very bloated in that way, or some people can't go to the bathroom, that we talk about. But all of it, we have to be willing to be open up to really talk about all the things, because everything is start within us. All the symptom that manifest is because of things we're not taking care of our body. So we have to really take care of ourselves as business leaders, as mom and dad, or even high executive, or even just a leader of yourself. We have to show up better version, but we have to take care of ourselves.
I have a question, and hopefully Michaelina is still on the audience. So Sister Susanna she has medication that she can't take vitamin K. Is
Mhm.
it safe for her to take?
Vitamin K. And
Mhm.
we can talk offline, Susanna, but this is all plant based, and I can run through like they call it like drug interaction with natural products. There's another version that we can run through literally every little things that you're taking, and the herbals, and which we talk about here is all plant based, right? And oh, she says she's here. So, but it's something that
Maybe
I would not
Michelina
say.
can also dive into it because I think I would love for her sister to do it, but she's
She said yes.
apprehensive
I'm
because of
familiar
I
with
have
this. She
issues
said
too.
yes.
That's why I'm apprehensive. But I'm gonna I talked to my doctor and she's like, well, if it's plant based, try it. And that's why we need a baseline of my blood before I take
Mhm.
it. Um, because I need to make sure that whatever medicine that I have, I don't think it's gonna do anything with the migraine. That's the only medicine I'm taking, but I know I'm deficient in D and A and C and everything else. So
Mm.
this hopefully will help me. Hello, Mike.
And so that's why when we talk about advice, the reason is if we really deep dive, then we look at the list of medications you're on, the supplement, the over the counter, and then anything new. But then also we have to look at your like the blood work. If you know, when we talk about really what are you concerned about, right? And what are you trying to prevent? We're gonna really zoom in and really look at it. And what are your problems? Let's say if it's foggy, if it's energy you wanting, whatever that you want, that's when we really look in it and then look through to see what are the solution specifically for you. And that's where I believe not only, you know, with Michelina and myself and Dr. Constance Leland here, we're not here to just a general for everybody, right? But it's be specific, so that way it's tailored to you. What is your need? And I would say that to every day, everyone, whether it's medication, whether it's a supplement, whether it's fruits and veggie, anything, it has to fit into your lifestyle, and also so that way you're willing to make the changes, right? And then also it's benefiting you. So we're
Yeah.
not here to
We're
make
not,
a
it sounds
blanket
like we're
statement.
selling Juice Plus, right? But we
No.
honestly, here's the thing. I haven't taken it, so it's not like I can tell you how I feel right now. But I'm the type of person that will tell you about my journey, how I feel. So I'm telling you right now, the very first thing, like what my issues are. Like literally everybody knows now. So I have migraine. I have issues with vitamin C, vitamin D deficiency. I'm already vitamin D deficient like every single year since I've been in the East Coast. It's bad. What I've noticed is if I'm exposed to the sun, I also get like an allergic reaction. So I can't go to the sun really because I get like burned, but it
Mm.
itches my entire skin. So it's like, oh, wow. So I know I'm deficient on a lot of things and I eat a lot of fatty foods when I was young and I didn't really care. Like, it doesn't matter. But now that you're much older, like I'm much older, I need to make sure, right? Because you want to be here. Ultimately, you want to be here for your family. Don't be selfish, right? You
And
just take whatever
CJ,
and
you're gonna
then
love
boom.
this because you
Yeah.
talk about allergy. Because you know my kids have allergies really bad, so they've been taking the gummy since what April, beginning of April. It's gonna be a month, but I noticed that it's not like the like if you're saying the severity is 9, 10, it's much calmer now. He doesn't need to take his like allergy meds before he go to school, right? So there's things that you will notice the subtle because of the things that you're implementing because the kids are not gonna eat fruits and veggie to 7 to 13 and even adults in a day, right? But for us to be able to have something to help them not only to be well and eat well so that way they can perform and be better at school, that's something that we have to also think of. And then for us, right? For those who don't have kids, you still need to be better and really high function and not only calm, to have clear mind and really, you know, from a healthy from the inside. You don't want to be doing a live TV on the hospital or anywhere that you're sick. I don't think we're having that. We're not going to be able to, right?
You're so
No,
funny.
but when
You'll
we
be like,
laugh about it, but
wait,
this
wait,
is
hold
where
on.
we're
I'm sorry, guys. I'm live, but I'm in the hospital. Like,
no, but I don't lie. I'm not laughing at those who are struggling. I'm sincerely, you know, but I take it at heart as in, and this will be another story, meaning there's a side effect for everything. You're gonna pay for it if you don't be careful of your health. And so that is where my heart is calling for all those who are listening to us, that you have to think of what is a better way for me to fuel my body with things that will help me fight off and boost my immune system, right? The plant based anti inflammatory. You have to think of not just popping a pill, or because when you think of spirituality and all the things, that's another segment for another day. The food that we eat also will change energy. Okay, that's another day that I want to,
Yeah,
when we
no,
talk about
I
energy,
need that. And
spirituality, and all of
Michelina,
that.
I think. Wait. She said something to me. Hold on. This one right there, Luminate. I can't wait
Yes.
because I do take ashwagandha for mood. And I didn't know you. Lion's Mane is also in here, but I also have Lion's Mane coffee and cordyceps.
Hmm. Hmm.
I take those separately. So having this in that one thing, like I'm taking it. Like I'm in. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to say much because I already take these because I'm trying. So that's the problem, right? We invest in like hundreds of thousands of dollars in education. But what good is education if you die?
Hmm.
Nothing.
Yes.
You invest in money and buying houses and buying jewelry and bags. But if you're sick, what is it good and you die?
You hit
Nothing.
home run right there, sis. Because
Right? It
you can
doesn't
have lots of
matter.
money in the bank, but
No,
you.
this is your investment. Your
Yep.
investment is your health. So you can make more business, make more money, and be there for your family,
Yep.
right? You need you. When we talk, people always focus on the mental wellness and the mental health. It is because everything that we do is about our minds and our brains, what we do. But the
And
problem
brain
is we
health.
also need to
Yes.
take care of the inside, our gut
Yep.
health, our heart, our everything, because it affects how we think.
Because everything is interconnected. It's not a single secular, like say, okay, I'm just taking this for that and this.
Yeah,
So that's where we have to be mindful that it's all related. And if we're not taking care, your brain and your gut, that's all connected. And then your
yeah,
the fruits and veggie, it's like, so all the things when we talk about your skin, how your skin is it are you staying what do you call rejuvenating with or you needing botox. But fruits and veggie, if you notice all the when we talk about spirituality and why certain monks and different meditation, if you look at really versus meat eaters or plant based, right? Why do they smell better and live longer? And their health and their like their focus, it's high. The acuity and the memory and the mention, like everything when we talk about disease prevention, you have to think of plant based. And why there's so many famous people doing shows and things that talk about plant based and their study in health, right? National Institute of Health. We talk about data that are driven. So we're not talking here to bluff and myth and all. No, it's science driven data. Now we have to find a ways to fill in that gaps to help people feel better, be better, right? From within, so that way they can take care of their family and their business, right? So we can be there for our kids, for our next generations, so they don't have to put us in a nursing home. Say we we're too high maintenance. They can't maintain, and that is not. I give lots of love because I know what a caregiver. It's they're really sincerely loving their family and wanting to be better, but only they, meaning the person as you, we have to be the one who take the change or the action, right? To take care of yourself. And if nothing else that you hear from us is that your health is your wealth. So we have to start taking care of ourselves so that way we can show up better with our best version. So that
yeah.
way
Or
we can be
business
here
or
much
personal,
longer, right?
anything, right?
And
Yeah. So
be reverse aging like sis, right? So beautiful.
I have a lot of skincare. Let me just tell you that. We are ending right now in about 60 seconds. So I want to say that good health is actually good business because it
Mhm,
underscores the idea that you're investing in your health,
mhm.
right? Especially eating, it's beneficial for your company's bottom line because without you, there is no company, right?
And that's a
Also,
business
health is
expense
a
too.
major driver for performance, right? What you eat powers your life. So make sure you see that. Investing in your health is investing in your company's future,
Mhm.
and of course, a healthy outside starts from the inside, people. Let's just say that. So you can't build a strong corporation on a diet of junk food, right? Productivity isn't about just a workhorse. It's keeping busy or or burning the midnight oil. It's about more about priorities, planning, and of course, fiercely protecting your time. And if you have to take time because you got to go to the hospital all the time, then that's not good business. What about you, sis? What would you like to say in about 30 seconds?
Well, I think the biggest wealth you have is the present moment, and if you can't be in the present moment, but if you're in pain, so you have to take care of your health. Your health comes first, and so always be healthy, be happy. So much love to you all.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. Team Replay. Bye, everybody. And for those of you who are on
Bye.
LinkedIn, apologize. Your comments cannot be shown on the television. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. See